There you are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Pisces July 2023 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant, and I've done a number of clairvoyant readings one-on-one from different parts of the world for Pisceans over FaceTime and Skype during the last month, and you know who you are. And if you're interested to see what might be involved in it, have a look at the description box below. I've also done some healings for Pisceans in the course of the last month over FaceTime and Skype from different parts of the world, and you know who you are. Now, readings, of course, I charge for. I have to. Healings are free because that's the soul contract with the divinity. Now, what we're going to do is get things underway with the reading for you now. Now, the subscribers know, and it's so good to see you. I love to see you each month. I really look forward to it. Honestly, I do. We only need to take 5 cards, don't we? Because they speak volumes to us. It's not just a 5-second thing per card, like, oh, what means that? No, they really go into depth because they interact with one another and together come up with the structure as to what's going to be happening for you. And what you also know is that when we have the 5 cards that we pull, there are no video advertisements which are breaking into the content here. So you get to enjoy the experience uninterrupted and can get into it and really enjoy it, you know. So look, let's get it on. This is a vampire deck, sort of vampires, a few vampires in it. Now, ordinarily, I'm not a big vampire type of a guy, but the art in it is, I find, very romantic and, you know, from the age of 3, I was always in love with little girls and things like that, and in love with girls my age as I grew older. So I'm an incurable romantic, and so the art really speaks to me. Now, what it means when lady vampires speak to me, well, I don't know what that says about me, but the most important thing is what it says to you. And they do have a lot to say. So let's get it underway, shall we? And not waste any further time for you. There is the 8 of Scepters. Good man, he's look on the warpath there. There's the Hanged Man. How very interesting indeed. Let's see what there is here. The Queen of Grails. Now that's interesting because that's a very important energy for you there in the center. Here is the Ace of Grails. Well, you wouldn't read about it, would you? We know that this deck has been very well shuffled. And finally, what is there here? There's the Magician, I'm pleased to see. And, oh, he's doing his magic there. Look, why don't you come and sit down here next to me? Honestly, just come with me. Look at the imagery on these cards together. Don't be put off by the sort of the gothic nature of it, but really immerse yourself in it just for this 20-odd minutes or so that we have together. Enjoy the art, listen to what they say, and I'll do the reading for you. Couple of major arcana up this column here. Great love and swiftness and organizing things here for you. And the ability to really make things happen. So let's have a look at the image on this card of the Magician that's presenting itself to you. Well, his art really is genius, representing your unique creative spirit, which you can employ to shape the world to your wishes. Now, in the painting here, we see him mastering the 4 elemental objects. Now, the blazing scepter that's up there, that contains the active power of the will and of spiritual creativity, while in the other hand, he is holding the Grail of Blood, a symbol of the unconscious, the vessel into which he mixes fire and water. The lifeblood is then poured out, channeled into the Wheel of Fortune, I suppose, which is depicted by, I guess, this large basin that's here. Now, he plants the fire seed of his desire in the realm of the subtle, the unformed spiritual matter. Now, the knife which is there, that is, well, it's a symbol of your thought and conception, and it's planted into the skull. Do you see it? Just sticking out of the skull like that. Now, I think what this is saying, that this is symbolic of the manifested physical form or earthly events as well. Now, by balancing and utilizing these 4 natural laws, he creates, as you will do, your own magic and miracles. The magician, you know, he doesn't really hold on to his inspired creative force. Now, when I'm describing him, take it that I am describing you as well in this process. Rather, he processes that inspired creative force and releases it into the world like a lightning rod. His divine inspiration works well with his life force, and this combined energy flows through him and out into the world, creating wonderful things. And he shares the divine connection with all and awaits the next bolt of creative inspiration to come through and ignite his imagination and life force again. This is a process that produces great achievements on an individual level for you, as well as for people around you. And as you practice the creative process of the magician, you become more connected to your inner self and the universal forces creating for the good of yourself and for all. Now, he really does represent the visionary in you and the potential that is possible. And he wants you to pay attention to that flash of insight or inspiration and then to act upon it. And I'm going to get to that card probably next, I'll see. Now, this energy brings excitement that activates your life force with commitment, focus, and willpower. Now, he knows what we call miracles are actually possible, and they do happen. And he encourages you to gather your energy and work with your magic to turn your life around and create new goals. You are the magician. You are constantly creating your life, whether you are doing it consciously or not. The magician, he asks you to create consciously with the light of love in your heart. So claim your power, open your communication between spirit and matter, feel the force and strength that flashes like a shooting star of inspiration, and communicate your intentions clearly, direct it to your world and let it blossom into its full potential. Stretch your scepter up towards the heavens. Be the inspired conduit yourself. Set your intention and manifest your dreams. Well, let's have a look at that other one then, seeing as I said that I was going to do that. Let's have a look. Just seems to be connected somehow to it. So let us see what's going on here with this vampire. Well, it shows a male vampire, obviously, discharging a swift and deadly attack. All his fiery energy is condensed into that one action and moment of his strike with that thing which is, well, it's a scepter, but it looks like an axe, doesn't it? Every one of his muscles is coordinated into the momentum of his purpose, ready to explode with great force. Now, the scepter is, I think, his fiery willpower, and it has become a weapon of great, rapid force, illustrating the sudden impact of energy, which is symbolized, I think, by this energy here, the smouldering sun that you see behind the head of that axe there. Well, that's a symbol of intense heat and creative power. And as you can see, he is bare-chested, and that indicates that the high speed of the attack is not to be slowed down by any needless hindrances, and that the power is direct and open, and not defensive at all. Now there's an arrow sitting down here, and that is the arrow of Sagittarius. Now, interestingly, I see the astrology of this card as being Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius is about expansion, making things happen, going things forward. And Mercury is the planet of the intellect. It's also the planet of great communication. So you will find that if you take swift, clear, direct communication with others in a way that they can understand, you will be able to overcome any obstacle or hurdle that they are presenting to you. I think that the real key to this energy here is to be opened and ready to use and direct its transformative energy. The gift of this energy to you is lightning, fast energy, bringing clarity, focus, and movement to make things change for the better. Now, when this 8 comes shooting into your life, as it has done now, you are going to feel highly energized. And like a whirlwind, things are moving very fast. This is not the time to sit around wondering whether or not you should do something. It is a time of action and of accepting change. This 8, and the number 8 incidentally, also has for me an association with power and with decision and with balance. And this is directing you swiftly towards the light, also allowing for spiritual house cleaning, opening space for new, fresh energy and deeper capacities of understanding. I think something of a breakthrough in your thinking is going to take place during this month. You are shedding aspects of your life that are not working for you anymore, or that are stagnant, or that have reached the end point. You're making decisions. Now, if you do happen to be feeling stuck or lacking energy or find yourself procrastinating, call on this energy. Know that it's here and hold on. Anything that has been delayed or stunted is going to shift and unfold progressively in your favor. This is an energizing and transformative energy here, changing things for the better, ending delays and motivating you to take action, and of course communicating clearly and directly. I think you should also expect some very good motivating news or message coming to you from out of the blue. I think this can also present the excitement and experience of travel, or a quick, moving, passionate love affair. Now, whatever the case, your life is energized, in full motion, and charging towards positive directions. This energy carries speed towards goals that need completion, giving you a sense of direction and purpose. Really, it's fair to say that there is a whole fresh landscape opening up in front of you as you manifest your ideas and dreams. Do you know, the light of truth burns brilliantly now, revealing crystal clear clarity that the time is now. Let there be light, and let you be the vessel of its expression. Now, there was another major arcana around somewhere here it is, the Hanged Man. Let me have a look at that painting. Let me see what's going on. Okay, I think I've got the gist of that. Let's see what's going on here. Of course, you may have a different interpretation to me. You don't have to be stuck with mine, but I'm just reading what I can see here. Because this is showing a demon vampire that's hanging upside down on a cross. And he is bound by the roots that have grown up from the earth, and I think they refer to old beliefs and emotions. And the framework of the painting represents, I think, your external framework, your personal myths, and all that you define yourself within, your outside image, your external image. Well, I think that in some respects, parts of this framework are dissipating, exposing your innermost core, symbolizing Maybe some things that you thought to be true are actually a lie. It is now only your unconscious divine structure that is supporting you, and your deepest emotions may be exposed. The mask has been destroyed, and you must face your fears, but without a problem though, because of this great energy that's here, and silently trust your higher self. I think there's some parts of your outer ego and self-image that are going to be shed, and you're going to reinvent or renew. Reinvent, I think, or create new aspects or things. That's not just in terms of hair, beauty and makeup, but you could well undergo a makeover, that's true, but also in respect of how you present yourself to the other people out there. Now, the picture also speaks of redemption through an absorption into the unconscious, overcoming the ego so that you are strengthened in your faith and enriched in your spirit. Now, one of the things that's coming up to me here with respect to this energy is that you know that you need to withdraw from social opinions, old outworn beliefs and lifestyles. This energy has you looking at your life in a completely different way, maybe even 180 degrees opposite. Now, many times you may view experiences and situations through your personal tunnel vision or rose-colored glasses, can't you? And you can live your life like this for years until something unsettling puts a wedge in your path. But there's nothing unsettling happen. I think what's happening is that this is coming in to allow you to see and reflect on the bigger picture of life and get in touch with your spiritual values and purpose. I think he's bringing you to a place of quiet so that you can simply sit down and ask yourself, who am I really? It's a time of acceptance, of surrendering, and of letting go of some values, ideas, projects, lifestyles, judgments, old patterns, or any situation that is causing struggle in your life or which isn't working for you anymore. Don't flog a dead horse. Now, I think he helps you clear confusion and conflict, taking you into a deeper state of understanding. And he helps you release limitations by resetting the balance of your mind, body, and soul. And you are emerging with a renewed perspective and purpose in your life. More particularly, what's being presented here to you and what is going to turn up are solutions and insights that help you move out of stuck situations. Now, this is a time, I think, when you'll have very independent thinking and taking the higher path or following a higher calling. You may be called to compromise or surrender to a situation where you have no control. But if you have no control, you have no control. There's no shame in that. You may have to accept something that your ego resists. Now here, he's offering you the chance to find deeper meaning in your existence here on the earth plane. The restlessness within you begins to calm now. He brings you peace, personal power, and renewal through deep thinking, introspection. This is the time to release old habits and outgrown lifestyles, but be patient with yourself. Love yourself and others. Acceptance is the key, and be open to look at life in a broader way. Now we might go to this Ace of Grails that's here, and Cancer, Leo, and Gemini are likely to be important to you, is what's coming up from this interacting energy here. The green, of course, refers to love and emotions. That's on that card. Nothing particularly outstanding about it. But it does symbolize the powerful gift of pure love, you know. In a sense, it's the Holy Grail within you, receiving divine love, that awakens and opens your heart chakra, bringing joy and blessings of renewal and peace. Now this ace fills your heart with cosmic love that cascades with healing and transformation, bringing self-love, motivating you to share your abundant love with others. I guess the key to this energy here is to live your life from a place of love and compassion, as you do anyway, I think. The gift of this is receiving love that expands into inner and outer harmony. When you open up to the love of the universe, you open yourself to the feelings of the emotional dualities in life, personally and more broadly as well. Now, some of these things, they can be uncomfortable as your sensitivity is heightened. You can feel the pain and sorrow of others. Haven't you found that? Well, when you embrace the Ace of Cups here, or the Ace of Grails as it is, your heart expands with unconditional love and you become a messenger of its energy, channeling love and life out into the people around you. Spiritual love expands out, cycling back to you with blessings from the divine. Love, you understand, is the glue of the universe that heals and unites all of us. This ace here brings the opportunity to learn and live the gifts of love, compassion, intuition, deep spirituality, healing, and hope. It symbolizes, I think, new beginnings, happiness, great optimism, and a sense of fulfillment for you. It brings a new loving relationship, probably, or the deepening love to an existing relationship. Do get the feeling of, obviously with this color green, a lot of fertility around here, maybe the pregnancy, the birth of a child you might hear of. But it also brings emotional breakthroughs in your life that expand you and your spiritual responsibility. Most importantly, I think that this brings you self-love. It asks you to listen, open, and trust your heart, to follow what your heart seeks. Now this ace brings the opportunity to channel the universal love of peace and joy into your life. And if you could bottle the heightened feelings of the first moments of falling in love, it would be called the Ace of Grails. Such a fantastic time for you emotionally and for love interests, because then we come finally to, it is finally, isn't it? Yeah, to this lady in the middle here, the Queen of Grails. So the Queen of Water. Well, nothing much needs to be said about it. There's nothing striking it out there. She's just there looking out in a queen-like manner. This is the snake of rejuvenation and regeneration, the snake of temptation, the snake of wisdom. Now, she appears to me to be the ruler of the heart, the doorway of divine love, and the keeper of this holy grail. She channels divine love, reflecting its infinite wisdom to the world around her. Now, I think that you will be wise and loving as a result of her appearance here. And she acts from the heart, offering unconditional love. And you'll be highly intuitive, deeply spiritual, I think. You could well be psychic. She listens and trusts her intuition, and you will be sure of yourself, communicating your thoughts and feelings from a place of love without judgment or criticism. Now, the Queen of Cups, I'm going to refer to her as a woman, obviously, for the obvious reason, but these court cards, of course, can be either gender. Now, she is a mother, a wife, a sibling, a lover, a friend who is loyal, loving, compassionate, and caring. The message is to channel divine love and wisdom, practicing its gifts to you each day in this physical world. In a sense, she represents the ultimate divine feminine. Yeah, she's dedicated to the paths that you would have heard of: as above, so below, as within, so without. You might find that you are something of a visionary, and your gifts at this time of heightened intuition, quiet focus, and strong inner balance will allow you to remember dreams and inspirations from the unconscious world, channeling and manifesting them into the physical world. Now, because she's shown up like this in the center of your spread, she's asking you to reflect on the deeper aspects of yourself. Now, what dream or vision is calling you? What watery realms within you are starting to shift? She is here to assist you through emotional transitions. And when challenges confront you, she reminds you to remember what brings true happiness to your heart. That's what's important. She asks you to be gentle with yourself. She inspires you to live your life through love, to follow what your heart seeks by listening and trusting your intuitions without judgment. She teaches you that prayer and meditation can bring you information and healing on many levels. So quiet yourself and reflect on the answers that lie in your heart. Find this grail within you. And she invites you to embrace your inner, heartfelt truth rather than fighting it. Ultimately, self-love and self-trust opens all doors, and she brings the gifts of love, nurturing, healing, and creative imagination. With her by your side, you will dream deeply and be extra sensitive to the energies and inspiration that open your heart and light your creative spirit. So just listen. Well, what a particularly interesting spread of cards for you. Well done, you. Didn't you find that fascinating? I certainly did. And what a wonderful month it looks like it's going to be for you. That's just fantastic. By the way, if you did like the video, do me the favor of pressing the like button. It's good for the YouTube computer system or something that allows the channel to be seen by other people like that. It's the only favor that I ask from you. But what I will say is this, though, and that until I see you next time, remember one thing. Well, actually, before I say that, check out the description box for the readings and in particular for the healings. I think you might be interested in the stuff that's there, particularly on my website. Now, until I see you again, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.